Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another day of Brazilian StarCraft 2. A little bit different though. Welcome to the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. I'm of course your host, VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, one and all. Oh, sweet. Welcome one and all to the beginning here of something amazing, something beautiful, the beginning of the Brazilian offline event. Now, over the past couple of months, a couple of months at this point, we have been alluding to a big offline event happening in Brazil, happening in Sao Paulo, and it is finally upon us. Again, the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit is here, and we will begin with the online group stage. Here we go. So the offline event is happening in a couple of months. It is still on the horizon, but leading up to the offline event, we have already seeded some players further along in the overall tournament, in the standings, in the group stages. But here we are in group stage 1. Here we are to determine who will advance on into those later rounds. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have our Brazilian Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Ximi's Gaming. It is AreZ. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponents, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the red Terran, representing Team Hellfire. It is Firebat. Here we go, and if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat with your predictions as we do jump into our first matchup of the night. Now, for some greater context, this is group stage 1. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back of yourselves, as we have so many groups. We have a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft available to you over the next couple of months, I should say, when it comes to Brazilian StarCraft, as we open up with a proxy in the natural. Let's go. The proxy has been thrown down. When it comes to the overall group stage here, we are live with group A. We do have 4 players. 4 players are already here. We have AreZ, we have Firebat, we have Shakti and Sephiroth as well. So 2 Terrans and 2 Protoss players. Mirror matchups will be our first matchups, and these are GSL groups, not round robin groups. And today we are covering 2 groups, group A and group B. Oh boy. It's a lot of groups, a lot of StarCraft. AreZ, he does open up with a single racks across the map. Interesting. Not with a proxy 2 racks, not with 1 racks back at home either, so I'm curious if this is going to be for an add-on here for Proxy Marauder. Yep, there we go. Proxy Marauder on the horizon for AreZ does make plenty of sense. Meanwhile, Firebat does open up double racks. Let's go. So 2 racks opener here from Firebat instead. Firebat, he doesn't scatter across the map, but he does blindly open up 2 racks Reaper into his own safety bunker as well. Very curious here as Firebat, he's playing insanely safe, I mean in a way safe with the bunker of course. The Reapers should be rallied soon across the map. He hasn't really seen it. Oh no, he's got, okay, there we go. never mind. Did scout did confirm, that's why he reacts with a bunker. 2 racks Reaper is going to be an interesting response to the Marauders, as Marauders, they can hold their own. Thankfully no concussed yet, as Firebat, he is looking to be very safe and sound here. Again, he's fully aware of what's happening. He is fully securing himself here on his 1 base, and things are looking that much more dire for AreZ as he goes for a proxy starport follow-up, going for a proxy 1-1. Okay, I see you. It's the AreZ. You know, it's been far too long since I've cast out of this. Far too long. Aye. Not like this. As Reapers, they do zoom across the map. They do zoom. Likewise, AreZ gonna be getting vision here on the Wolof. Reapers, they get across the map. There's nothing at home to defend, so SCVs can be going down, but there is a safety Cyclone back at home on the horizon. Needs a little bit more time. Until then, SCVs are going to be under fire, and SCVs are going to be going down. So far, getting 1, getting up to 2 at the same time. Ooh, Depot is under fire as well. Getting up to 2, getting up to 3 SCVs. 4 SCVs going to be going down. The Cyclone will finally arrive soon, but not without losing another 5 workers. Aye. Brutal damage already. Meanwhile, Marines into the... Let's go. Marines into the main. Do love to see it. Marines are building up. Meanwhile, Firebat supply block to losing his depot. Aye. And speaking of depot, the second depot also under threat, also under fire. Heavily supply blocking Firebat even further. Boys are being pulled. 1 Marine goes down. Down goes that second depot. Second depot does fall. Meanwhile, the ranks under fire. I mean, so far, Firebat is still holding here on his one base. Here comes the Cloak Banshee. Let's go. Cloak Banshee on the horizon. You love to see it. I mean, again, there is that 1 CC. There is a scan available here. At least for now. Never mind, he mules. Problem is, if he keeps muling, then, I mean, that might just be game. That might just be game then and there if he does keep on muling. Again, Banshees are on the horizon. So far, there's one Banshee out. We're banking them up. And the Banshees may just end the game. It all depends on the scan. Likewise, Firebat, he does try to get away. Back at home, we do have AreZ getting a second CC, getting his own natural base, building up his own Cyclones. Firebat is going to be forced into an all-in. As we're still waiting for that second Banshee. Cloak is done. Now is the time. Now is the time to move in. Now, on the one hand, yes, these Banshees can kill every single SCV here. On the other hand, Firebat does have a pretty massive army. He's got a tank, he's got a couple Marines, a couple Marauders. AreZ is not going to be easy here to hold on to the main. It's not going to be an easy hold. I mean, he only has one Cyclone. Sorry, 2 Cyclones. Tank is on the horizon as well. Reaper is going to be deflected. Oh, Reaper gets shut down. There's a scan. Speaking of scans, Banshees, they bust into the main. And again, they're just going for the SCVs. Now, one Banshee back at home to defend would have been ideal. The CC is under fire. Ooh, tank is holding. Tank is holding for the time being. Mining is being denied. Yeah, no mining, no economy. As we're getting up to 3 Banshees, and we're still holding on to that cloak. Oh, God, God. Oh, no, not like this. Every SCV going to be falling. CC is denied. We can even try to snipe Stim. Oh, turret is done though. Yeah, he did a bit in the main. Turret is now done, so there is mining, but that's still going to be 21 SCVs. GG gets called, and AreZ, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Does take lead, it does take game 1. Again, a very spicy game 1 here as well by AreZ. Does take lead in the series. Firebat, he was able to scout the initial proxy, but he wasn't able to confirm the follow-up. Again, he unfortunately had nothing at home to defend. He did move out across the map. Even if he had a scan, which he did have, he just didn't have anything to hold on into the main base. GG. 21 SCV kills. GG, well played. AreZ takes the lead in the series, and we'll see if Firebat can make a series out of this. As a reminder, best of 3. This is going to be a best of 3 here available to us. This is our initial best of 3. As we can also take a moment here to have a look at the bracket itself to get a little bit of greater context. To get a little bit of greater context as to what matches are coming up ahead of us. Un momento. Here we go. As we do switch things over, and oh my god, it's blinding white. But here we go. I guess zooming in a little bit here towards the groups. We have Group A. We have Group A available to us. As you can see here, we have Shakti, we have AreZ, we have Firebat, and we have CBSC2. We have our initial 2 matches here in Group A. We have our PvP and our TvT. I believe we'll be casting every single series, every single game. Here we go. So we are going to be casting. Initially with our TvT, of course, followed by followed by Shakti versus CBSC2, followed by the winners match, losers match, and decider match as well. So 5 best of 3s in total. It's going to be an intense night of StarCraft because we're not just covering Group A, we have Group B as well. Group B is going to be scheduled in 3 hours time. Is scheduled in 3 hours. Likewise, tomorrow is going to be Group C and Group D. So 2 days of group stage. I mentioned earlier how a couple of other players were seeded further into the tournament, and you can see them down. I mean, you can't see them yet, but they're going to be seeded here into group stage 2. That's going to be next week. So next week is Group stage 2, and then the playoffs are going to be where the main event, the offline event, takes place. So still a ways away. still a ways away here. You can already actually see here towards the top side the seeded players. We have players like Allison, Master, Inexorable, Kamikaze, Yan, Claw, Eric, and Don Minoko. We have a full lineup of players here. It is going to be an intense lineup, might I say. It's I mean, the best of the best in Brazil are already seeded into Group 2, into Group Stage 2, and we expect them to make it into the playoffs as well. We do expect that that greater performance from them. Still in our first round, in our first matchup. So yeah, a lot of StarCraft. Thankfully, I did go to sleep towards the end of MSO, so I'm relatively well rested. Relatively, I did get some sleep today. I'm still waking up. I'm still getting there, but overall, we should be good. Should be okay. Should be okay. As here we go. You can hear the beeps. So we do have our map for our second game. Let's go. Actually, can I get rid of? Not ideal. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frost Sign, we have our Brazilian Terran player, the Blue Terran, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can bounce back in this series and force the ace match. It is a Team Felfire Firebat. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Eximius Gaming, leading the series 1-0 with a very cheesy building game 1. It is AreZ. Speaking of cheese, I wasn't expecting him to be so aggressive here, but once again, we are moving out with a proxy Rax. Let's go. The SV does move out. We have one Rax back at home this time, so AreZ, he is mixing up his build. Last time, if you remember, it was a proxy Marauder opener into a 1-1. This is going to be one Rax at home, and I believe one across the map, but this is a little bit too far away. It is still going to be that proxy Rax. It is very far back, so it'll be more difficult to scout. I mean, hey, it's working out here. Firebat, he's checking the more standard proxy locations, but again, this one is further away. Because it's further away, this will take a little bit longer to really get going. But regardless, proxy 2X Reaper should be on the horizon here for AreZ. Should be able to pop off. Oh boy. Here we go. As we do have Firebats opening up blindly to Rax Reaper. Now, I will say, oh, yes, he does scout. Yeah, he does scout, does confirm. Now, to be fair, Firebat did scout previously, and it didn't quite go his way regardless, but this is a very nice moment here for Firebat nonetheless. Does scout, does confirm, and he looks like he will, oh my god, he will not delay the Rax. Whew, just barely does finish. But what I will say is that the build that Firebat's going for is almost a blind counter. 2Rax Reaper defensively is ideal against Proxy 2Rax Reaper, sorry, against Proxy 1Rax Reaper, I should say. As Firebat, he will have better production and faster reinforcements than AreZ. Now, AreZ, he has no idea. He did not SCV scout. He doesn't know that he's being blind countered. He doesn't know what kind of production Firebat has, so the chances of this working for AreZ is far lower now at this point. And he may just straight up lose the game if he does overextend. If he moves in, if he loses the first Reaper, then things are going to be disastrous here for AreZ. And he can't afford to lose it. Not like this. Reapers, they poke in. We're gonna get shut down. Nice setup, and one Reaper will fall. Very nice pick off. And just like that, Firebat has a lead. Just like Firebat has a lead. Now, it is risky to move out across the map from the side of Firebat, just because the problem here is that if Firebat moves out for a counterattack, we could just see AreZ banking up, hiding his Reapers, and then going back into the main, right? And we could end up in like a weird base trade. So AreZ, he's going to be staying more defensively. He's scouting for the reinforcements, scouting for anything else, making sure he's safe and sound. Eventually, he should move out, but for now, he's getting a CC on the high ground. Factory's on the way. Likewise, AreZ also transitioning. Factory also on the way as well. Into Starport, into 1-1-1, into what looks to be a one base all in. No CC yet out of AreZ. No command center. AreZ does go for the scouts. You can see a Firebat checking the proxy, confirming that there's no proxy Marauder or proxy Stim. Speaking of Marauder, it is going to be 2 racks Marauder here from Firebat. The racks will be able to confirm this. At least, yeah, he sees the Marauders. He sees the Marauders. He sees the researching tech lab as well. So AreZ, he will see everything. And he also confirms the command center, more importantly. So he knows that Firebat is expanding. He knows that he has to get some damage done. Right now, he's still banking up Massive Reaper Hellion. Against Marauders, though, I don't really see that doing too well. I mean, against a low amount of Marauders, this can still break through. 100%. Still break through. As Reapers, they delay the CC. They force reveal his army. He will clean up all these Reapers at least. Costing him a second Reaper. Second Reaper goes down. AreZ, he breaks out. Firebat should be taking a defensive stance. No bunker. Oh, no bunker to defend. It's going to be 3, soon to be 4 Marauders. It's a lot of Marauders. Now they can be focused on one at a time. And the Marauders, they are spreading out. See how AreZ does approach this. There we go. Hellion drop into the main. The mine shot. Oh, Duscan. Duscan ahead of time. Ooh, mine shot goes off. Widow mine is going to be targeted. Unloads into the main. Only 3 Reapers left. Lassie does get on top of the first Marauder. Barely doesn't get it. SCVs are lighting up. Oh my god, he doesn't get the shot off. Yeah, no shot goes off. And with that, Firebat, he ults. Does hold on the Hellions. They have potential for economic damage, but nothing yet. AreZ falling further behind. Does fall further behind at this point. Rotates down to low ground. Last plenty of Marauders. Firebat, he should be fine. He should be fine. At least his main army should be. Does get the Cyclone at least. Takes down a Cyclone, takes down 1 Marauder. Can take down a second Marauder as well. Hot pickup, nice control, saves whatever he can. Does pull away. And where is the anti-air? He got the Cyclone. No shot. He got the there's Viking. There's a Viking though. Whew. It's almost disastrous as SCVs are going to be saved. Liberator goes down. AreZ being very cheeky. And the game will continue from here. As Firebat, he still enjoys a worker lead. He's still ahead economically. Still in a better position. AreZ back at home. Still trying to stabilize. He's getting to his own tank Raven production. Get into zone tank Raven. That is like trying to slow down the army, trying to slow down the push. Does siege up. He does get the first shot off. Ooh, massive shots on the bio. And Marines going down. AreZ, he has to try to make a stand here. Auto target as well. Tank does get targeted, but he can get one of the tanks. Up, can he get it? Yeah, he will. He will get the tank. The Marines, the Marauders. AreZ, he shuts this down. Firebat does overextend. The tank does barely get away. Trying to get out of here. Boys are being pulled to repair. Boys are being pulled. Tank is going to be targeted. Does fall. Likewise, tank here of AreZ also targeted down. Brutal pick off. Here comes the second Raven. Marines. Oh, can they break this though? There's 2 Marauders. Auto towers, they help. He will get at least some SCVs. Gets 1 Marauder. Gets 2. Tank does siege. Trades against the SCVs. Oh my god. Gets 8 SCVs in total. Behind this, AreZ does take a worker lead. 3rd CC's on the way. He's building up. He's macroing. Let's go. We're macroing out of here. So we are under arrest. I stand. Lock me up. Oh no. God damn it. Let's siege up. Again, it is just containing Firebat. Does contain his opponents. Another tank on the way. Back at home. Again, getting into a third CC. Maintaining a greater economy. When it comes to the overall upgrades here, I will say that, I mean, it makes sense. Firebat, he does have the bio upgrades. Does have that advantage, getting into Master Axes. AreZ is going into Mech. You know, Mech is on the horizon here for our Red Terran. Firebat tries to break out, pushing into 3 tanks. Oh, good. Not the play to go for. He will actually take down 2 of them, and he does preserve 2 of his tanks. Not bad. I will take another shot to the face, though. Last no target firing out of AreZ. He doesn't target fire the tanks. Auto turrets into the main. A couple of SCVs. That's going to be, what, 6 SCVs going down. I say 6, getting up to 7, 8, 9 SCV kills. Oh my god. 9 towards the end. And Firebat, he will take his own expansion, but he's down to 37 SCVs. The economy here is struggling. And AreZ, he's not done. He's an animal. Now, what's the entire looking like? There's one Viking. One Viking. Oh, going for the Raven. Doesn't quite get it. We have Hyperflight Rotors on the way. Banshees, they can focus on the tanks. Going for the Marines instead. Ooh. We'll lose 1 Banshee in the process. Does pick up the Marines, limiting anti-air. Waiting for a second scan. Can he get the tank? He gets 1. There's the scan. Gets 1 tank. Rotates over. AreZ just kind of, in a way, zoning Firebat out of his own third. Does zone him away. So just rallying everything across the map. Trickling across the map. Firebat once again trying to break out. Ooh, takes down the Raven. No auto turret. And she's a once again cloak. Waiting for another scan. There it is. Scan just in time. Another Banshee rallies in. Barely gets out of scan range. And again, these Banshees, they're trading well. Oh no! Still rallying in though. Still rallying in. Still not the best trades here from AreZ. I mean, he will take down all the tanks just barely. Where are the scans? Where are the scans? It's still not available. Without scans, Banshees, they just wreak havoc. There we go. There's a scan. 1 Banshee does get away. Jesus. Likewise, you can see how effective this army can be without stim. I mean, the army that AreZ can be without his opponent having stim. So without stim takes so much here for the army to get on top of the tanks. So he will clean them up, but at a cost. As the dust settles, AreZ, he hasn't been making SCVs, so the lack of macro here is really hurting AreZ. He's getting a 4 CC on location, but again, he hasn't been producing. So his economy is struggling here. Firebat setting up his zone drop into the main. AreZ is in position. Likewise, stim is almost done. AreZ rallying in. AreZ's macro has been struggling here. Firebat dropping on top of the tank. Gets 1. Gets 1 tank, and will get the other as well. Meanwhile, stim is done. This 4 CC should be denied. Should be shut down. AreZ does have a terrifying army though. That's a lot of tanks. Moving in position. The tank count is good, but he does need support. He needs support 4 set tanks. He has no Cyclones, just Hellions. As he gets already heavy composition. As the command center is going to be saved. Does save it. He's holding on. Firebat still producing nothing but bio. Now he has stim. Now he can dive. Again, stim is just such a massive upgrade here for Firebat. He can try to break these siege lines, and AreZ is out of position. He does miss the rotation. He doesn't see this. Sensor towers are late. This 1 tank should go down. Likewise, Firebat pushing towards the south side as well, getting more SCVs. AreZ, he still holds on to his stim, doesn't stim in. And instead, AreZ going for his own Hellion run by. Oh, on a bit of a movement, but there we go. SCV's gonna be falling. A lot of SCV kills. Firebat out of position. SCVs there lining up. 12 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. And meanwhile, the army's still not quite in position. Just the one tank. There's a stim. Dusts him in. Takes down the tank. The rest of the army's still too far back. Yeah, far too far back here. The CC is going to be killed. SCVs as well. AreZ is in trouble here. Again, unless he's late to respond, but he does save the command center just barely. The repairs. Repairs too good. He's holding. He's holding on. Firebat's still just building his forces. The SCVs are still very low. Blue Flame Hellions, they will actually get some more SCV kills. Some more economic damage. Getting up to 2, getting up to 3. 3 SCVs go down. Liberator across the map. Limited anti-air. Get taken down the entire mineral line. 11 SCV. Oh my god, killing everything. Yeah, 2 Liberators and a Dream. Getting 14 SCVs. We're getting very scrappy at this point, and I want to give the edge to Firebats. Like, AreZ, his economy, his macro has been lacking here. Firebat has not, despite having a shaky start. Firebat, he's still been just building, producing. Has a death blow of a bio army. Again, without Hellions, I believe he can break the siege line. Meanwhile, these another 12 SCVs. Jesus. Where's he's going down? There's a stim. And he gets 1, he gets 2, he can get up to 3 tanks. Doesn't quite keep pushing though. Takes a lot of tank shots to the face. Takes extra shots. Likewise, drop into the main. Does carpet bomb, does take down another tank. He will lose all of his medevacs though. And likewise, reinforces, they will clean him up. Stays back in. Once again, stands back in. More mules, let's go. AreZ, he will hold. I do think that Firebat could have achieved a little bit more here, but he was very tentative. He took extra shots to the face, kind of pulling back, pulling forth, being very indecisive. And alas, AreZ, he's snowballing out of control. We do have a mass muling here from Firebat. Also shows us that he has been missing mules, so his economy, or his, I was praising his macro earlier, that is true, but muling has been lacking. There we go, AreZ pushing forward, finding on the way in. Tanks are sieging up, almost pure tank at this point. Yeah, and GG gets cold, he overwhelms AreZ. He will take the series 2-0, and AreZ, he will advance on into the winner's match. Whew. GG, well played. AreZ, he does take the series, does claim it. Alas, Firebat, he's unable to force the ace match, unable to tie the series, but it was a very chaotic game. Remember, 2 proxies, game after game, a lot of proxies, a lot of unorthodox play, going into Mass Cloak Banshee with Hyperflight Rotors. AreZ was playing very unorthodox, and alas, Firebat could not keep up, not quite against the style of AreZ. I don't blame him, again, a very unorthodox style, and with that, GG. GG, well played. AreZ, he will claim the first series, and we'll see who he faces off against in the winner's match. Let's go.